Of course it's raining. Of course it's raining. But yeah, so here we are back with the Pelupelu Reputation. We're gonna be continuing the rep here. I was a bit shy of the Pelupelu Reputation, so we're gonna do these couple of. I've already done one today, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I have done these ones yet. I think actually I might have done this one, but I'm not sure if I did it while I was streaming. So we're gonna do these two, and then that, or at least I think only one of it will get us over the what we need. So we'll maybe save handing in the other one for the experience. But yeah, so we'll do these couple of dailies, and then we're going to be continuing the story here for the Pelupelu Reputation, seeing the next chapter of the story. So let's see. Let Mobby be your guide. Ubly would send you out to test the latest tour experience. Hello, Kelvin. Can I interest you in a tour of upstream Cosmoka? The Moblin who volunteered to serve as one of our upstream guides has once more requested the company of our special advisor. Okay, I did this before, yeah. Another chance to practice, as it were. Should you find yourself in a cooperative mood, you'll find our Moblin guide by the gloss-fired banks. I hope you find the tour both educational and entertaining. And then the popularity of Punities. Ubly would have you work with a Punity. Are you fond of Punities, Kelwyn? Many people are, it seems. After starting our new tour at Breaths Between, customers have begun making a request to spend time with the beasts. At Breath Between, okay. If I could enlist your services as a special advisor once more, I'd like to help answer these requests and gauge how well our visitors respond. When you're ready, you'll find Miss Sulja, she's the head beastkeeper for this, waiting by the river with the particulars of her task. I shall see you upon your return. Is Breaths Between this river, perchance? This is the gloss-fired bank, and then Breath Between. Oh, this right here. That bridge over there. The waterfalls. Alright, so we're talking to... Oh, down here, perchance. Out by the Punity Pen. Here we go. Masulja. I was expecting her to be... I don't think we've seen any, like, Dopro ladies. I was expecting her to be a Dopro lady. But no. You'll be alright today, will you? Good, good. Glad to have you aboard. I'll need you to hop straight on the Punity and take yourself over to where our customers are enjoying the marvels of Breath Between. When you find them, have your mount show off her bosom brook move. Okay, sure. The people will love it, and the Punity gets to enjoy some much-needed water play. Once you finish entertaining the visitors, feel free to hop off and report directly to Ubly. Don't worry, the Punities are trained to come back here to me. All right, this is our classic. You get to ride the beastie, the manatee dude, and then this is the bosom brook. Create a column of water. Oh, look at that shit, dude. Look at that shit again. The flare, dude. Oh, hey, Luke. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How are you? I've missed you. I've been doing good. I've been doing good. But yeah, welcome, welcome. We're doing some reputation, the newest Dawntrail Reputation. Just doing a couple of these dailies, and then because I didn't realize I was a bit shy on getting to the next reputation level, and then we're gonna be seeing the next chapter of the story. With this reputation line. All right, I think they said, oh yeah, here we go. We're right out here. Punity Appreciator. I had them bring me to Breath Between for a spot of fishing, but I was told we could see Punities here as well. As an experience I don't mind waiting for. This is like whale watching. All right. Go, little guy. Do your thing. Oh, maybe I have to do it while I'm clicking them. Hold on. There we go. Well, I never knew a Punity could move like that. I mean, such a clever creature. They're pretty clever. Even if I don't catch anything today, I'm going home happy after that performance. Ta-da. Are you doing good? Thank you. Hope you're doing good too, Luke. Also, BizMaker said, have you checked PGA, the Game Awards? I did. I watched the Game Awards. That was yesterday, right? Yeah, I watched the Game Awards. Very hype. A lot of cool announcements. My one that I'm personally excited for is they're making a sequel to Okami. I love that game. Played that game, really loved it. Very hyped that they're making a sequel. There were some games on the DS that they had as well, like that were sort of more like a little offshoot games. But yeah, dude, I'm freaking hyped. The Game Awards. Yeah, I got there eventually. Yeah, okay. But yeah, a lot of cool announcements. A lot of people things that people are hyped about. Unfortunately, no Silk Song news again. I know Silk Song, people that are waiting for the Hollow Knight sequel, Silk Song, like they promised it would be out like I think like a year or so ago or something like that, and like people haven't heard a single freaking news. They haven't even heard official announcement of it being delayed, and people are just like, what's happening with Silk Song? Every single big video game showcase stuff with announcement and trailer is just like Silk Song. Silk Song is Lio, so Half-Life 3 is Lio. Man, it's getting there. People are concerned. People are concerned they aren't going to see it. Like, what kind of development hell is it in? But yeah, otherwise, a lot of very cool things. I know, like, there was some stuff in there with, I know, Withering Waves and Honkai Star Rail for y'all. I think, what was it, a new planet that they hyped up for Honkai Star Rail? And then, yeah, a whole bunch of other trailers. The next, Naughty Dog game, wherever that's going to be going with it. My brother was interested in that one because we know that Naughty Dog was working on like a new game franchise basically, and it seems to be sort of like some sort of sci-fi outer spacey kind of thing. But yeah, very cool. A lot of cool trailers. A lot of sequels for like old games that I haven't heard of, but that a lot of people were also hyped for, like Tarak, I think it was, and which seemed kind of interesting, but I didn't know anything about. And then another one that was like I don't know, set in Asia somewhere. Like the guy had like a demon eyeball on his hand or something like that, and another I think fairly older game that. Getting a little bit of a sequel, so big hype for fans of those franchises that are gonna be getting something new. Yeah, it was good stuff. The Game Awards is always a fun watch. Get to celebrate the games that came out this year and see some new stuff as well. All right. Wait, I think we had something else to do while we were out there. Oh, sugar. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Hold on. We got this other daily out here. Oh, hey, Alan Mandragoran. Going on a several hour stream? Yeah. Well, this is typical this length of this stream. So what I usually this day I usually go this long, and I still have some more stuff that I want to do here before we're done for today. So we're gonna be keep on keeping on. Yeah, I was doing some treasure maps earlier with friends, and we were just like, one more map, one more round. I'm jelly for those wings, right? I was very lucky with these wings. I was the beginner's luck, honestly, because this is like the first time I've really been farming extremes or whatever have you. I think that was the first extreme that I've done on content, and because I came back to the game just before Endwalker and was like catching up with everything, so I didn't do like the Savage Raids or extremes in Endwalker, and so going into Dawntrail. I was like, now's the time. But yeah, I was like my second clear, and I got these wings. But yeah, I still want the other wings too. I haven't done them a lot, but I'm sure I'll get much less lucky on those. I expended all my luck on these wings. You have the Sphene wings, but had no luck getting the first two with 99 totems. Oh, oof, man. Oof. Congratulations on the Sphene wings, though. I've run that a couple times. Run it like, I think, yeah, 6 times, and we haven't seen a wings drop yet, but I was gonna be doing some more runs today, but there was like the DDoS attack or something that was happening earlier, and then one of my friends was having problems with their internet, so we were just like, nah, let's pivot and do maps instead. But yeah, hopefully we'll see it at least drop at some point. All right, let's do this daily then. So we got the Moblin tour guide.
Thank you for coming, Special Advisor. Mobby will not waste your precious time and launch straight into the Lookie Tour. Many, many months ago, the Moblins who made their homes here lived alongside the Akui. Every handful of earth riches they gathered went to the giants. But then one day, the Akui left, and only Moblins remained. Though free of their oppressors, the Mobbies were bereft of providers and protectors. What to do? So they took their bountiful resources and turned to the clever hand races. The pop packs had begun. In the beginning, the Moblins grab-snatched artisans and forced them to craft. But when Ghoul Jaja came, he taught us a better way. Since then, help hands ensure good living for Potsworn, and together they earn much jingly shine. Mobby has many tongue flaps yet to share, but let's save them for the next seeing sight stop. Sorry to keep you, but he needs someone to practice on.
All right, so that's basically just a little bit more information on that. Anyway, you're gonna be late for work. Oh yeah, man. Go. Go on then. Thanks for popping by to say hi. And thanks for leaving the lurk. Take care. Ooh, we're going out here this time. Okay, so I think the last time I did this quest, I went out towards many fires, so this might be new dialogue we're getting for this one. All right, we're here at the ships.
These are the shoals of no return, where languish the abandoned boats of those who failed in their search for the Golden City.
I think we learned about this a little bit before, yeah.
See how the current gush flows strong and wide.
Yeah, people looking for the Golden City just going.
Cosmoka is land of abundant water. Meltwater rush falls down from the blessed mountains of Urkopacha.
Okay, from the blessed mountains of Urkopacha, yeah.
Making of our homeland a lush and fertile paradise. With rain also being plentiful, the rivers are prone to overflowing. But Mobbies are clever. We make our pod homes easy to close seal, so flooding is hardly a problem.
I see. When we did get the in the leatherworker, carpenter, weaver role quest, there was a myth of the tale of the underground moblin city of Movelopolis or whatever, and they said that that city, it was an underground city, and eventually they dug too deep and they hit like underground water or something like that, and it flooded the city. So makes sense that one of the first things they do when they making their new home above land is they make sure that shit's sealed tight.
Same natural hazard, however, would have been why most seekers of the Golden City turn back. Who wants to explore when every ruin and cave is flood-filled with water?
Oh, is there ruins and caves in that direction? Okay.
Mobby will avoid those places for the Lookie Tour, of course. He'll stick with the safe places, the pretty places, and teach show our customers the beauty of Cosmoka.
It is very beautiful. Once again, my favorite zone aesthetically. Love it. The many colored trees and waterfalls and shit like that, that's my jam.
Thank you for helping Mobby practice his tongue flaps. He still has queasy guts at the thought of guiding group, but he feels much better about it now.
It's all about the practice. All right, let's return then to Doc Poga and hand these in for the last little bit of reputation we need, and then see the next chapter of the story. All right, Hubli. Welcome back. By the thoughtful look on your face, it seems the tour was most enlightening. We are fortunate indeed to have the Moblins offer their expertise in the upriver regions. After all, who is better versed in the area's history and landmarks than the local residents? The tours themselves will, of course, be accompanied by an armed escort so that no harm comes to our guides or our customers. We wish for this to be an enriching business opportunity for everyone involved. All right, there we go. And that gets us to the next reputation level. So we'll save handing this one in until when we open up the next reputation gauge. All right. Yeah, which we shall do now that we've gotten that last little bit of reputation that we need. Let's continue here to see the next chapter of the story for the Pelupelu Rep. So last time in the reputation, we made a deal with the Moblins of Earthenshire to expand the tourism opportunities and the sightseeing to the upper reaches of Cosmoca. But to do that, because the staircase that was here, the flight of wee wingless, was broken during the storm, we had to find another way to transport people more reliably up there. And so we decided to, apparently in the past, the Hanu Hanu had used an effigy like this, like the one that we made here, made of reeds, to imbue the Punities, which are the little manatee creatures, with flight. Kind of, I think, in a very similar vein to how the Kojin imbued us with, like, water breathing. They imbue the Punities with flight with wind magics, and so now we have the Punities that are able to ferry people to the north, and that was us expanding the venture last time. So we'll see how we're gonna continue expanding the Torali Travel Agency, so tourism agency, for this next chapter of the story. All right, recruitment drive. Oh, This is the bandit leader. So this is the bandit from the main story quest line. So the one that that was hired to kidnap Wuklemat. Wuklemat did wonder, like, why the bandits turned to a life of banditry. Are we gonna learn more about this group, like why they've been driven to stealing? Because that sort of was left as an open thread. We're getting it here in the Pelupelu reputation, maybe. All right, something seems to be weighing heavily on Leaplu's mind. I mean, it makes sense maybe we deal with the bandits because we have expanded to the upper Cosmoca.
What am I to do? I can't seem to find anyone up to the task. Oh, Kelwyn, you have the wonderful habit of appearing exactly when I need you.
That is something we tend to do. It's often mentioned. That we have excellent timing. Obviously, as a gameplay thing, is how I think it started to be like, wow, you just happened to show up here. But I think it's also just like a quality that the Warrior of Light has.
I've got a problem on my hands. Don't worry, the agency is doing just fine. The Earthenshire tours have been a runaway success, and if bookings stay steady, we'll soon recoup all the recent outlays. Well, that's actually the problem. The upper reaches of Cosmoca are proving too popular.
It's really pretty. I can understand why.
We're struggling to meet demand with our current number of tour guides. I want to address the issue before the burden starts wearing the staff down. You aren't aware of anyone in need of work who knows the region like the back of their hand, are you?
Someone who knows it like the back of their hand. Well, they could be in need of work. In more ways than one. They're pieces of work. They need to definitely work on themselves and what they're doing, but they do know the area like the back of their hand. Can show you all the hidden nooks. How about asking the Hanu Hanu? Or it sounds like a job of the Moblins, or a certain bandit gang comes to mind. Well, they were in the preview. But, we already have some of the Moblin tour guides. Would Kelwyn here suggest the bandits? Well, you know what? We might as well. We might as well. But would they be looking for work is the question. I mean, they could be looking for work, but are they? Let's go with this one. Flashback, flashback, flashback. They could definitely use some actual gainful employment. You don't mean the bandits who kidnapped Donsover and Wukelmat during the Rite of Succession? I'm sure they know the area well, but apparently well known that they kidnapped Wukelmat. That's not gonna do things much to their image. Yeah, that's what but, you know. Hold on. I do remember hearing about a group of miscreants who turned themselves into the Land Guard not long after the Ascension ceremony. Apparently, they were later released on parole. Was that them? They turned themselves in? Okay. I suppose if they're still willing to atone for their crimes and genuinely wish to make a fresh start, yeah. Hope the inner abacus is going. My inner abacus is clacking away. It says we should speak with them, at the very least. Reduce the strain on our staff, have former bandits give back to the communities they wronged. Yes, everyone stands to gain much from a potential arrangement. Well, I don't know why Kelwyn's surprised. We suggested it. Would you be willing to help track down these bandits? I knew I could count on you. Let's head to Many Fires and see what we can glean from the locals. You know, maybe Kelwyn heard that they had handed themselves in and were on parole. Because I suggested it because I'm just like, maybe we would. But now, because it proves that action proves that they are willing to turn over new leaf. Because otherwise, I think just like, yeah, let's approach the bandits. To do it without any evidence that they might want that is a bit of a wild take. But I was like, we'll do this dialogue option because the Moblins, you know, there are already a lot of the Moblins working as guides, and the Hanu Hanu don't know the upper reaches. So I'm just like, all right, we'll go with this one. Okay. To Many Fires, let's go. All right. Languid Angler. Excuse me, you know the bandits? Have you heard anything about them?
Has Bobby heard wind talk of bandits? I'm afraid not. These parts have been peaceful of late. Plenty of time to fish. Although I did catch a scrawny fish in the woods not far from Deceiver's Manor. A Tonawata with crazy hair, as bright as... crazy hair, one word. As bright as jingly shine. I wonder who he was.
That sounds like the bandit leader. That sounds like him. You have our lead. Oh, and here's Leaplu asking after them as well. I'm looking for a group of recently pardoned bandits. Does that ring any bells? And then Concerned Merchant.
Ah, you seek news of the bandits let out on parole. Sneaky takers, the lot of them. They spread many bad feels in the village with their crimes. Cheese was not for them.
Cheese was not for them, okay.
Apparently, they were eye-catch so long ago. Mobby dreads to think about the inevitable recidivism.
Recidivism? Hold on. Final Fantasy vocabulary word of the day. Recidivism definition. The tendency of a convicted criminal to reoffend. How do you pronounce this? Hold on, pronunciation?
Recidivism.
Recidivism. Okay, I was right. Just making sure they didn't toss us for a loop there. That was loud. Apologies.
I hope they had time to reflect on wrongness of dirty taking and are ready to make an honest living.
Which maybe they will be. If we can get to them off of job opportunities. And if they're fishing, you know, they might be, you know, just not sure of what work they could do.
Busy peddler.
Oh my goodness, it's you. You came here with Dawn Servant Kona seeking information about the bandit that waylaid me. Is there anything I can help you with this time? Yeah, we're looking for those same bandits. We heard they were pardoned, and we want to seek them out. You should know what happened to Wakesa and his band of brigands after all that. Well, I gather they surrendered to the Landsguard. They even confessed the whereabouts of their stolen goods, that everything might be returned to their rightful owners. Oh, and the stolen goods, all right. Sure enough, my merchandise made its way back to me. Apparently, some of their victims were so moved by the gesture that they petitioned the Landsguard for a more lenient sentence. Perhaps that's why Vulkamat granted them parole. Oh, Vulkamat specifically granted them parole, hell yeah. I don't know how they fared hence, but I've heard nothing to suggest they've been causing trouble. Anyhow, you'll have to excuse me. I must meet with a client in Urkapacha. I do hope we meet again someday. Yeah, see you later, busy peddler. Pelupelu, whose name we don't know. Unnamed. Alright. We've gathered information. They might be fishing at the very least. Any news of our bandits? So they turned themselves in, returned the stolen goods, and they're now living in the wilds after being pardoned. Oh, are we sure they're living in the wilds? I mean, we saw them fishing. We heard that, sorry, we didn't see them. We heard that they were fishing, so. Bit of a stretch to living in the wilds, but alright. What's more, it seems they haven't fallen back on old habits. I know nothing reported stolen goods yet. Seems like they generally do want to change. Living in the wilderness. Let's make for the woods to the south. That's where the angler spotted Kessa, right? Hopefully we'll run into him there. Alright, alright, alright. Is this where they were fishing? It's a bit far from the river, but okay. I must admit, I regret being so bold. But then again, what do I have to fear with you by my side? You know what? Now that I'm thinking about encountering former bandits, I'm a bit nervous. But then again, you're here. You'll kick their ass. Oh, right. I forgot. Hold on. I forgot we were in the, I was doing some things with friendos and I was on Red Mage. Let's get back to this clam. Let's get back to this clam. Ah. Darn it. Hold on. If I abandon it, because I accepted it on Red Mage. If I abandon it, will it send me back to the beginning? This is a question I wonder. Oh, it does. Oh, sugar, guys. I was just like, maybe it'll send me back to the step before. Okay. Whoops. I just realized, oops, I was on the wrong glam. I was like, I was on the wrong class. I'm like, what if I get into a cutscene? What if I get into a cutscene? All right, hold on. We're taking to this shit. Don't worry about it. We'll do it speedily. Sometimes it'll send you to the step before, but I guess we didn't. It's all been a long chain on this nonsense. In which case, you know that now that we've done that, I wonder what happens if we select the other option. You know, nothing like experimenting on the fly. Sounds like a job for the moblins. And what if we just say this? That would be ideal, but the moblins have the potsworn to attend to. I'd be loath to ask them any more of them. Do you have any other suggestions? Okay, so literally just go back to the list. Okay. A certain bandit gang comes to mind. So we are the one that makes the suggestion regardless. I see. Okay, let's get back to where we were. Let's get back to where we were then real quick. Zooming. My bad for not being in the right. I should have double checked my class before I did that. All right, talk to these guys again. And then shing. Talk to this guy again. He lets us know that they haven't. Thinks it's inevitable that they go back to their old ways, but he hasn't. They haven't yet. And then this one who mentioned seeing them not long ago. All right, and then we're like, all right, let's get out there. And then after this, we'll be all caught up. After this, we'll be caught up. I forgot I was on Red Mage. Didn't take a second to look at my character. All right. Here we are, take two, this time in the proper glam. This time in the proper glam. And nothing to fear with you on my side. All right. Surveying. Oh, are they gonna see us from afar? Oh no. Oh yeah, we're seeing him pass by. Or is he gonna see us first? Last time when we were sneaking past, we basically we lured him out and then confronted him with Kona on the roads and kicked all his minions' butt. And then snuck after him, followed him, and he was just like, holy shit, I didn't know when we were doing this they were gonna have like the freaking literal like freaking salted devil after us, man. You didn't see the look in their eyes, man. They're a killer. They're a killer. What have you put, what kind of cursed message have you put us on, man? That woman would have fucking taken us out, man. It was we were dead. All right, I wasn't expecting these guys to be here, so I don't exactly remember how we voiced this guy. Let's maybe do like, Man, it's been a hot second. Starting to think I'm not cut out for fishing. And a man can't live off scrounging berries forever. What to do? Oh, our eyes meet. Ah, you're that salted devil of a sellsword. Yeah, this one again. Ugh. The salted devil of a sellsword. Listen, I turned myself in. Even gave back what I stole. Put that life behind me for good. What more could you possibly want from me? No, wait, dude. It's a good thing this time. Hold on. I have a proposition for you, or I came to personally ensure you got what you deserved. We can really lean into his fear. Or, oh, I don't want anything from you. No. We'll say, wait, I have a proposition for you. And why should I trust you? You're here to get revenge for the kidnapping, aren't you? I assure you, as my associate says, we really do have a proposition for you. I'm Liplu. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll get straight to the point. If you're serious about keeping to the straight and narrow and making amends, I always forget, is this straight and narrow? Like a river straight? I always thought it was like straight and narrow, like straight as in like straight, like narrow. Okay. And making amends for your past crimes, perhaps you'd like to work with us at the Terrari Travel Agency. Work for you. I see your scheme. Plotting to haul me off to the mines under the guise of employment, aren't you? Is this what happened before? Hauling him off to the mines? Who would have done this? Curse you black huts. I ate dirt to survive after I escaped. After you escaped where? What happened? Was somebody forcing him to work in the mines? I mean, the Yokui haven't been in... You know, it was years and years ago that the Yokui retreated, so it wouldn't have been that time or anything like that. I don't know. I guess when the Paw Packs ended would have been 80 years ago, so before the poor Paw Packs, it would have been before this guy's time. So who was forcing him to work in mines or whatever? I will step inside another mine while there's still breath in my lungs. Who was doing it? No, man, there's not going to be mines. You're going to be working here. Okay. Oh, wait! Didn't even hear the deal. Maybe one of his other compadres will be more amenable? That was unexpected. And all that talk of mines. He seemed genuinely traumatized. Kelvin, I want to find out what happened to him. Me too, man. Hopefully, that way we can clear up this misunderstanding and have a proper discussion. I hate to ask, but could you find Wakesa and bring him back here? He was awfully fast, but I doubt he'd get outrun you. I doubt he'd get outrun you. Freaking warrior of life fucking books it behind him. He's just like, oh god, she's after me. Alright, we're trying to drag him back here. If you could, and by find out, I mean drag his ass back here, Kelvin, go get him. If you could bring Wakesa back, it would be much appreciated. I'm sure he's still nearby. Alright. So this is where his bandit camp was. Oh, this is the circle. Oh, there he is. He ran into a corner, dude. Look out, punk, you're cornered. Wheeze! I don't care how fast they are. They'll never find me here. I don't care how fast they are. What the? How? Unbelievable, I ran full pelt and yet... Oh, what's the use? Listen, I know what we did was inexcusable, but after it came to a head, we made an oath. An oath to never walk that path again. I won't be bothered to another soul. I'll live out my days on the fringes. Please, just leave me be. Dude, man, it's alright. We just want to help. We just have a job proposition for you. We want to help, man. It'll be good. Don't worry about it, man. Listen to, hear us out. Hear us out. You're saying this is all a misunderstanding. Well, it's clear there's no escaping you regardless. There's no escaping you regardless. No, you're not escaping. Let's go. Fine, I'll hear her out. And put my fate in your hands. Alright. We got him. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Your associate says she wants to talk, and I'm prepared to listen. I apologize if we frightened you, Kessa. That wasn't our intention. Are you willing to tell us why you fled? Yeah, dude. Tell us your tragic backstory. Before we get to that, I want you to be honest. Do you really have a proposition for me that doesn't involve dragging me back to those godforsaken mines? What mines, dude? In that case, I'll be honest with you. You honest with me, I'm honest with you. Me and the rest of the gang first came here after fleeing Shaktra. Oh? Interesting. He was put to work in mines in Shaktaral. Okay, I was only thinking of Yoktaral, man. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but Shaloni has been a hotbed of development since they found blue gold beneath the plains. Among the folk that got their hands on a drilling permit, there were more than a few looking to get rich quick. The kind of despicable bastards who don't think twice about sending kids into the tunnels. Oh no. Looks like we need some regulations out there. We're gonna tell all this to Wukelmankona. And well, maybe they knew it if maybe they told their story to Wukelman because she was interested in knowing why as well. They returned to Bantry. And well, we worked for the worst of the worst. Day after day, toiling and wasting away. That we died or escaped, we eventually realized. So we smuggled ourselves out in empty cerulean barrels. Wow, they really had only that option to return to. They were being blackmailed into it. Holy fuck. Imagine what happened next. That withdrawal of a foreman tried to hunt us down. So we fled the Kozmauka and took to banditry. As much to conceal our identities as to make ends meet. Interesting. Friggin' take that fucking motherfucker down, dude. Right or wrong, be damned. We'd survive. But when we heard that Dawn servant Wukelmat spoke of our plight during the Ascension ceremony, we decided to turn ourselves in. Yeah, she did talk about the ones turned to banditry in Kozmauka, yeah. After a time, she showed us mercy and gave us pardon. Even so, there's still that fear of what might happen if the foreman or his lackeys were to find us. Tell me their names. Tell me their names, give me a location. We're gonna fix this problem. Thank you for sharing your story and telling me the struggles you and your friends have experienced. Let me assure you that I do not wish to bind you with contracts or chains. I offer only the opportunity for you and your comrades to provide for yourselves. Yeah, man, no, Leaplu's really great. Leaplu's really great. Like, the whole Tarai travel agency is all about making sure that, you know, like most of the Pelupelu are, making sure, like, that the trade is an equal deal, that all parties end up happy, man. And even with the Tarali, the tourism that they're doing, they're making sure that the locals benefit a lot from it, too. And that they don't despoil the land or anything. It's underlined a lot, that point. I offer only the opportunity for you and your comrades to provide for yourselves, to make an honest living on your own terms. So, how about it? How does working at the Tarali Travel Agency sound? Have we told him exactly what he's going to be doing? That's more than any of us had hoped for. But what if word gets back to the foreman? If someone shows up to haul us away, and we drag you into our affairs, I'll kill them all. Well, don't worry, man. If they come for you, man, that guy, he's dead, man. I'll tell Wukulmat about this. We're gonna get on top of this. Don't worry about it. I'll need to look into it to be sure, but I honestly don't think there's much chance of that happening. Thanks to the efforts of the Dust Watch and the Daybreakers, which is the band of the Duelers that the young kid that we helped out in Shaloni comes from. Shaloni is no longer the lawless place it used to be. Recently, I wonder? Besides, I've been working on a plan to help reintegrate former outlaws into society. Really? I thought about it on the way here. I'll be sounding out the wing of reflection to see if they can support the initiative. I'm sure the new Dawn servants will give me their blessing. I am sure. Alright. Wow, they're also looking to do great good with this as well. Incredible. But you know, it feels like we should be begging you for the opportunity. We burned so many bridges. I'll make damn sure you don't regret this. That said, what exactly are we supposed to do for you? Yeah, before you agree to anything, tell them about what the job entails. About all we're good for is manual labor and pathfinding. Though I do also know my way around the cook fire after feeding miners for all those years. Also, he's feeding the miners too, man? They were having him do everything. How many years, though? This wasn't part of my plan per se, but I think your culinary skills might come in handy. A restaurant on site could be a real earner. You're gonna make him do a restaurant? Okay. They were gonna have them as guides, and they're just like, wait, hold on, what if we make a restaurant as well? As for your comrades, we've been looking for individuals with an intimate knowledge of upstream Cosmauca, who are also capable of handling themselves. My plan was to employ them as guides turned protectors after a thorough assessment and proper training. I'd say it's about time we got back and continue preparations. Wakasa can meet us back at the agency in Dokpoga once he contacts his friends. Alright, all's well that ends well. Dude, a little bit more about the bandits and why they turned to a life of banditry out here. I wonder, do you think they're in their bandit camp right now? I don't think we ever got to go here as part of the MSQ, but they did make it a location. Did we ever rifle through this place? We might have. I don't know if we just followed him out this way or we ended up having to go in here. 'Cause yeah, they got like this little doorway in this cave. This is where they've been hanging out. And there's additional little opening up here. It's actually a pretty bopping cave that they found. I mean, it's still a cave, but I mean, very steep uphill climb, but a little seating area up here too. And another window out to an upper ledge. I mean, it's pretty good. Anyway, they're not in there though. All right, back to Doc Poga. Back to Doc Poga. As we're flying back there, let me take a sip of water. Stay hydrated, everybody. Stay hydrated. All right. Up here he is. Real honest work. Something tells me we won't get another chance like this. All right, Leap Blue. Welcome back, Kelvin. I reached out to the Wing of Reflection, and it was just as I thought. It seemed Wakessa's fears were unfounded. Oh, dude, hell yeah, was this motherfucker apprehended? The situation in Cerulean Fields has changed dramatically in the past few years. Groups like the Daybreakers have put an end to the practice of child labor, and thus the Dust Watch have all but stamped out the violent duels that used to be so common. Okay, so this was only in like the past few years that this has happened. Okay. As for the company you and your comrades worked for, they've long since been shut down by the Daybreakers. Oh, they had really that much of effect on everything? Wow, dude. The friend in his the guy in his comrades really did a lot, man. For its part, the Wing of Reflection is committed to the restoration and preservation of law and order in Shaloni. Any new unscrupulous derailing operations are swiftly dealt with. You needn't worry about anyone coming after you. Yeah, man, apparently they've just been hiding out here in fear, but meanwhile, Shaloni's been changing. Thank the heavens for that. In that case, we can commit to doing our part and repaying our debts. We've decided to set aside some of our earnings and repay folk for all the hurt we caused, you see. Wow, look at these guys. They're doing so good for themselves. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. It's a pleasure to have you on board. All right, look at these guys, man. They turned over a new leaf, man. I didn't think we'd be getting more of the bandit storyline here, man. Oh, okay, and then they expanded this place. I thought this was probably going to end up in eatery, considering the ways that the stools were placed here. Dude, is that my boy Wakessa, dude? Legend. All right. And then maybe some of the Hanu getting deployed at the restaurant here. Oh, and there's some of the companions. Not. Thanks to the efforts of Leap Blue and her special advisor, That's us. Wakesa and his comrades have agreed to join the Trolley Travel Agency. With the influx of new recruits, the shortage of staff that had threatened to curtail expansion in Earthenshire has been resolved. Hell yeah. All right. While his former crewmates begin their training as guides, Wakesa himself will be devising a menu of delicious local dishes as head chef of the agency's brand new eatery. Be sure to assist him and his crew of former brigands on their road to rehabilitation. All right, welcome to the fold, friends. Let's go. All right, you have achieved honored reputation with the Trolley Travel Agency. New Pelupelu Society daily quests are now available from Ubli at Doc Poga. Yep, we get our bonus round of quests, and the wares have been expanded. All right. Yep, Pelu Prominent 3. Yep. Our journey to reputation continues. All right, Pelupelu. I am but a humble merchant. It isn't my place to absolve Wakesa of his past deeds. What I can do, however, is give him and his comrades the opportunity to start afresh. They may end up letting me down, but I decided to put my trust in them. Yeah, they seem like a good sort, man. The fact that they sought retribution on their own, I don't think they'll let you down. When it comes to matters like this, sometimes you just have to listen to your inner abacus. Interesting, the inner abacus. I thought you were gonna say her heart. Not the inner abacus. Don't worry about it. Okay, no, there's regular lines here. All right, let's go see you. Can we go talk to the boy? Can we go talk to anybody out here? So this is the new eatery that they have. The very central table here. I say the local cuisine is actually pretty good. I'll try some of that stuff over there next. Oh, we can talk to him. We got someone turning, grinding some reeds, it seems like this over here. I mean, the Hanu do eat the reeds. What was this? Oh, it's all cordoned off. There we go. They got some grills going in the background. Some fresh fruit and other stuff like that. What is this guy? This guy, he had a line that I couldn't see what he said. But it was like some sort of, Ah, man, I was hoping it would replay. Hold on. We just need to gain a set amount of distance. Nope, it was like soft and squid. Oh, yeah, there we go. Soft and squidgy, round and green. Tasty treats for you and me. All right. So making the reeds into the foods here. I see. Wakesa, how you doing, dude? Adventure. Oh, he calls us adventure, man. I can't quite believe everything that's happened. Thank you. No problem, man. Thanks to Pelupelu as well. It's all a pretty great adventure here. A pretty great venture. After all those years in the mines serving up grub, I'm used to catering for large groups. I won't let you Pelupelu down, that's for damn sure. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Our boy turning over a new leaf, man. So a little resolution to the bandit storyline as well. Look at the green fish on this. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, it'll be interesting. So this was the second area that was very fit to be expanded. And I was like, this is probably an eatery of some capacity because of the way the tables were set up. None of these have expanded in the way I expected to, but we have more reputation. Like, this goes all the way to, it'll go to 8 because we won't have allied out yet, but... So we have a couple more storylines, so I imagine maybe it'll expand something over here. And then maybe just like the whole place will get a little bit of an uplift. Because that's what happened with the, I remember with the, some of the other reputations. Like, for example, the Hippo Riders, like the whole place got lights and everything like that. It got a whole bunch of more decorations. So I'll be interested to see how this is gonna continue next time, where we're gonna go expanding this venture here. Because the travel agency, I mean, it's meant to be like expanding the travel agency to different parts of Toral as well, while it's starting here in Kozumauka. It's kind of also limited to Kozumauka because, you know, this is where the reputation is, and so they'll only send us on reputation quests throughout this area. So it's hard for me to imagine how they might expand it to be like, yeah, we're gonna go expand it to other parts of Toral, but maybe we'll get some people in here, like we'll be like, yeah, we contacted these folks and we'll bring them in, or we'll be like, we're meeting here in Kozumauka or other stuff like that. So we'll see. To be fair, like I said, I wasn't expecting the bandits and them being like, well, we need to expand our venture that way, so maybe it'll be some other problem that we encounter. Who knows? But this is a very wholesome story. I'm loving it so far. All right, let's do our round of dailies here. So I think we did have, it didn't get rid of the one that we had to hand in, right? Yeah, there we go. This one that would have overcapped our reputation. I think, though, because I picked it up on Red Mage, I have to hand it in on Red Mage, so... Yeah, there we go. Let's do that real quick. Welcome back, Kelvin. The guides tell me our customers were all well pleased with your Punity performance. According to Miss Sulja, Punities are highly social creatures. They're known to put on their displays of water-based magics as a sign of affection for those they consider friends. All the more you know. The behavior is also said to help lower anxiety and promote the animal's well-being. Our new idea is it also provides the Punities with much-needed exercise, and as such, Miss Sulja is only too happy to have us continue with the practice. I hope you can find the time to help us again, for the sake of both our customers and the Punities. All right. And then... Oh, you'll continue here on White Mage. Our round of bonus dailies here. Bird meats back on the menu. Yubli wishes you to lend a hand with Wakesa's eatery. Wakesa has requested the meat of certain monstrous birds that dwell in the upper reaches of Kozumauka, an ingredient he's apparently familiar with from the time he lived in the area. I fully endorse his wish to introduce more variety to the eatery, so I thought to send our most experienced warrior to procure it. What say you? Blowing on this game bird whistle near the falls of Miak Bekzoma, it should bring a fledgling of Ligaka right to your location. Once you have the meat we need, please make the delivery to Wakesa. Oh, we're making it straight to him, okay. And then a sympathetic ear. Yubli wishes to interview Wakesa's companions. Those former bandits make for surprisingly hard workers. I admit, I was nervous about employing them at first, but now I can't imagine running the agency without them. I wonder, however, if they have any qualms about the work they do for us. As you know, the Moon of Reflection is supporting the initiative, and we need to report our progress. Would you mind heading out and assisting with the employee interviews? Hano Guide is out at many fires with one of them this very moment, lending a sympathetic ear to their concerns. And worth the wait, Yubli is waiting on a shipment to arrive. An important shipment has just arrived from Earthenshire, delivered to the nearest wharf by Punity. The problem, however, is that the crate is extremely heavy. I'd like to have it moved before arriving customers trip over it, but our Moblin porter appears to be struggling with the weight. Could you go down the wharf and lend a hand? The porter will tell you where the crate needs to be. It's extremely heavy, but you're like jacked-ish all shit. Warrior of Light is ripped, so I heard. I know my sister is a bold thinker, but when we founded the Enterprise, I didn't expect to be working alongside former bandits. Still, I have to admit, they've shown themselves to be excellent guides and diligent employees, dude. They're turning over Luna Leaf, man. If we can secure the Way of Reflection support, we'll be able to assist with their reintegration all the more. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Rehabilitation. All right, so this is where the crate is. As a small crate to be extremely heavy, but okay. Not the first time in a quest line something's been small, but it's just like, actually, that one's extremely heavier.
Special advisor. Special advisor, thanks for coming to help hand floppy arm Mobby.
Bobby, sorry.
Potsworn goldwork is popular choice for Cosmoka memory keeping.
Oh, as in mementos, like keepsakes. As in merch.
But a crate holding many gold crafts is too much bulk weight for one Mobby to move. Please, he needs an iron arm adventurer to carry it to the supply officer. The crate's too heavy for Mobby, but the supply officer will be waiting. Please make delivery with careful eye watchings and quick steps.
All right. No problem. Warrior of Light's drunk. All right, unfortunately no sprinting or anything like that here. We just go into manually. Oh, is that area also expanding the more we do the thingy? That seems like there's more levels to that area now, or like bridges. Does that area keep expanding the more we do this? I'll have to look over there in a second. We can't actually go to that area, it cuts us off. It's sort of like, and in the distance you can see we're expanding visually. But we're right up against the edge of the map here, so we don't actually get to see that. Is that the shipment from Earthenshire? Thank you for bringing it in. I would have picked it up myself, but sorting out our inventory has kept me chained to the storehouse. Potsworn craft is in high demand, and maintaining a steady supply has been a logistical headache. Oh, the Potsworn craft is in high demand, I see. Hell yeah. We've just had a customer asking about availability, so I'd like to get this gold work on the shelves sooner rather than later. Extremely popular, extremely popular. Alright, let's take a look-see-peek-see over here. Yeah, I can't tell. Is this bigger than it was before? Was there always that the bridges and whatever connecting this? Maybe I kind of saw it from above, so maybe seeing it from below just goes to show how many layers it was to this. It might be the exact same as it was. I can't remember. Maybe it just looked different when seen from below. Yeah, unfortunately near the edge of the map, so we can't actually fly there. Can't actually fly there. So I think this is how it like loops around, like it goes in, like following this river out this way is how you eventually loop around and get to the upper river, like, or something of the like. I don't actually know where this river goes, but I think that's how we ended up getting from, honestly, from out from the dungeon that we first got to Cosmoka and ended up over here. All right, let's see, and then we gotta go lend sympathy gear to the bandits and go kill a bird for some bird meat. All right, here we go. Uncertain guide. You want to hear our worries and woes? People are too good for us. Man, come on. The fact that you guys even want to turn over and leave, man. If you would show us kindness, we would return it. We all want to see people each other succeed, ma'am.
You're just in time. Please feel free to chime in while we discuss this lady's concerns. And tell us, how do you feel about your tour guide duties? It's fine if you're simply enjoying the work, but please don't hesitate to share any issues you've encountered.
There was something bothering us lately. Those of us from the old gang, well, we're not the most polite bunch. Oh, never mind. Those of us from the old gang. Well, we're not the most polite bunch. Wait, maybe hold on. This is more like a posh accent, but what if we go something like, as everyone from the old gang, well, we're not the most polite bunch. We try to watch our tongues, but old habits die hard. And we're afraid the customers are put off by our rough way of talking. We can work on improving it slowly but surely, or some might find it appealing, or the Hanu and Pelu have their own quirks as well. I mean, yeah, these guys have their own quirks or whatever. They can talk about what they think is, you know... I would say the Moblins also have their very own. Like, the Moblins would be the biggest example because they talk very differently than the rest of us.
Yes, we all speak a little differently. That's exactly the kind of thing our customers are here to enjoy.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong accent. We went into this because the other guy was like... I hadn't thought of it like that. That's about to bosh. I hadn't thought... it's kind of... We're gonna keep on going. Jersey. New Jersey's in here.
Governor, I hadn't thought about it like that. My thanks. It actually makes me feel better. Well, my comrades know we've been worrying ourselves over nothing. I'm glad we were able to put your concerns to rest. And now it's time we return to our guide practice.
Yeah, but if you feel like it's off-putting to them, like, you can always, like, change your ways or whatever, but, you know... I'm sure it's fine speaking forthrightly. As long as you're not being too rude. It's all good.
Please send our best regards to Ubli.
Alright, and then... hunting for the birds. We're going bird hunt. Once again, gorgeous. Beautiful. Gorgeous, beautiful. Love this zone. I guess, I mean, like, my only thing was, like, the road to Urkapacha goes this way, but I suppose because all the river water is coming from this way, the mountains start going up this direction. This is where the water's coming from here, and this is just, like, the looping around toward the mountains this way. I mean, the mountains are also over here, but I'd have to look at the map proper, like. But I think it's something like that. Because they said the floodwaters do come from the Urkapacha Mountains. It's probably like that, and this is just a thing along the way of the river's path. Alright, is this where we're doing it? Oh no, higher up. Wait. Right here. Here we go. Located. Alright, game bird whistle. Blowing on the whistle will attract the monstrous birds which inhabit Miabexoma. Alright, there goes one of these guys. This is apparently just a fledgling now. Alright, boom shakalaka. Let's return back to Doc Poga and hand these in. Alright, starting off with delivering this this meat to Wakesa. Oh, you brought the meat I asked you with Brookyun.
task you'll be procuring. Yep. The fleshy haunch of a young fowl, most foul. That's a hunk of bird. The dishes we used to make from this back in our old, hunting grounds were always camp favorites. The hunter prefer leafy greens and bugs over beast flesh, so there's not much around the way of meaty cuisine. Or the Hanu, like I was gonna say. A few customers mentioned they'd like something to sink their teeth into, though, and that got me thinking about a new menu. They do look to have like meat kebabs here. Maybe this is just some sort of like plant instead. And there's fish. We do know that the Hanu fish, though, and they do fish. I mean, it's tasty enough just the grilled over charcoal. Well, maybe I can try that fried bird recipe Chikachuk taught me about. Oh, Chekochuk. You've met him. He's one of the moblins up in Many Fires. The distinctive flavor packed with the savory tenderness is something only the fledgling Ligaka can provide. Yeah, my thanks, as does Ubli. Done me a great favor. No problem, man. Alright, and then the other ones we need to hand in over to Ubli. And so many bots. So many bots recently. Any trouble procuring the meat? If all is well, I can take the whistle off your hands for now. I'm glad to hear Wakesa was pleased. Such ingredients are difficult to come by without someone trained in battle, which makes us very lucky to have you around. Wakesa's cuisine is greatly enjoyed by our visitors, so I hope you'll be willing to help us out again soon. Alright, and then next, a sympathetic ear. Thank you for listening and providing encouragement. Our new trainees may have been outlaws once, but I can deny the effort they're making to redeem their less than savory past. Although, just between you and me, the chance to be escorted by a former bandit has become something of a draw for certain customers. Oh, well, actually, some people like that. Some people are into that. Some people think it's a thrill, maybe. I don't know. In any case, as the agency continues to expand, I'm sure new concerns will arise. I'd appreciate if you could be there for them again when the time comes. Probably ask them like, so where'd you hide the goods? They're just like, oh man, interesting, okay. Thank you for taking care of that delivery so quickly. The Potsworn gold work we sell here in our shop is highly sought after by customers with more expensive tastes. It seems a memento like this becomes all the more special for having found it in such memorable surrounds. We still say that if we're not careful, our stock soon runs dangerously low. I'd be grateful if you could help out again, should we need a hand. All right, there we go. So that was the next chapter of the Pelupelu Rep in our first round of dailies there. And yeah, we will be continuing this reputation, seeing where the storyline goes from here next time. But yeah, now that we're done with that, one more thing that we want to get to today. One more thing, we're going to be continuing our custom delivery storyline. So we've been working on catching up with the custom delivery stories, and we're currently on the last one that we need to catch up to. The Margrat Custom Delivery. So we're gonna go out and do that one. So we started it last week, so we're gonna be seeing how the story continues. But yeah, to do that we need to get out to Charlan. So let's return to Leolol here, and then we'll go take the boat to Charlan. Actually, I think it's in Labyrinthos. So Charlan, then Labyrinthos. Let's get on a crafter while we are waiting. Let's see.
Alright, and then 2 Labyrinthos. We'll do a little recap for basically the story so far. To the premise of the custom delivery, and then we'll continue, see how the story continues. Right, it was in the city. Which I forgot is just called the Charlene Hamlet. Yeah, right over this building? No, next building over. Yep, this is the one. All right. So yeah, here we are back with Margrat to continue her story here for custom deliveries. So basically, the premise of this delivery series is basically Margrat and some of the other scientists in Labyrinthos are specifically the ones living here in the lower circuit, the central circuit. These guys were the ones that were working on the Ragnarok. So a lot of these scientists are the ones that got the ship up and running, the ship that sent us to go fucking save the world. So and recently they've gotten a contract to help improve the airships of the like Garlean Ironworks. So they're like working together with them to maybe get them off onto like ether fuel instead of just like straight cerulean fuel or whatever have you and stuff like that. They were talking about some other interesting things here, but the point where we're helping out is that unfortunately the Charlan higher ups, and we've seen this before, especially in, like, for example, in the culinary quest line, they're very focused on like logic and like what's strictly necessary. And so a lot of the more like comforts and things that might help improve their working conditions here in Labyrinthos are denied by the budget people that are handing out stuff. So anything that falls outside of things being strictly necessary, but things that would improve their quality of life here in Labyrinthos are kind of just passed over. And so we were passing through, and we agreed to help. First Margaret didn't recognize this, but then she was like, holy shit, wait, you're actually freaking Kelwyn, one of the scions who freaking saved the fucking goddamn world, and here I am complaining to you about like freaking like minor ass shit, but we're just like, nah man, we're on board, we're gonna be helping. And so yeah, so I think last time we helped out by helping them get more comfortable chairs, and this time I think one of the researchers has requested stuff for some of their lab cats. So some of the cats that they have as companions around their research area, they want to get some stuff to help improve stuff for the cats, for their cats. So we're going to be helping out with that. Hello, my fair cleaner. How goes the campaign of feline satisfaction? All right, okay, what do we have to make with this? Feline recreational device. So it's a little mouse. This apparatus has been guaranteed by science to entertain cats. Whether cats care to entertain the notion of said science, however, is another matter entirely. And there's feline fascinators, but a whiff of this plain material is liable to show any kitty cat a glimpse of kitty heaven. And then a kitty herring. Nearly dined upon by the Empire's most pampered pusses. Okay. Let's go with creating a recreational device then. We're on culinary, and I guess we might as well stick on it. We're cooking up some stuff for the cats with the recreational devices. Treats or whatever have you. Okay, we can buy some stuff from here. Here we go. Full round for the delivery. And let's get to crafting. Custom deliveries, Margrat, feline recreational device. Here we go. Oh boy, do I have enough room in my inventory? Hold on. I might not. I was doing some maps earlier and yeah. Yeah, it's alright, it's alright. Well, this will be fine. We'll just delete maybe a couple of these things. Don't really need to sell some of this shit. Some of this shit probably sells for not a lot. Hold on. Make room, make room. Okay, we're gonna barely have enough here. We're gonna barely have enough here. Okay. We'll be fine. Inventory management. A true Final Fantasy XIV in-game, honestly. Managing the inventory. Like I said, just because I was doing maps recently and I haven't cleared out my bags yet. I want to put some of that on the market board because I'm like, why not? Some of it probably doesn't sell for much, but I might as well put some of the stuff up there. Yes, I'm aware precarious little of my inventory remains. Whoops, I missed that proc there. It's alright. I wonder if it's gonna allow me to craft it because I technically won't have any spots remaining after this. But if I craft the thing, it'll expend the slot. Oh no, we have one slot remaining. We're good. Never mind, we're fine. Alright, boom shakalaka. Let's hand these in then. Ooh. Well, I think we're also gonna have to expend some scripts. Hold on. Kind of high on the purple scripts here. Give me just a second. I've been using these scripts to buy some of the stuff we'll need for Heavensward relics. So... Oh wait, not the master recipe, not the materia either. Okay, there we go. No, this is right. This is the right category. These crafter scripts. There we go. And then let's find where these went real quick. Here we go. Put these over here with the rest of them we've been gathering. All right. Now let's hand these in. Treats and toys seem like promising candidates, but whether your devotion will be requited for long, if at all, depends on the kitty in question. Perhaps a wad of crinkly paper or a simple box will suffice? Probably would for a cat, man. You buy like a fancy toy or whatever and they're just like, no, this box will do. Alright, then this is the normal high quality line we got last time. Alright. Halfway there, 3 more to go. And boom shakalaka. have never struck me as particularly cheerful creatures, but even the most tenebrous tomcat will surely be moved to purr by all you've brought us. Give me a moment to present the gifts to Roaring Spring, was the Rogadin who asks this of us. Our resident cat lover insisted that he address you personally, Kelwin. I want to thank you for your many thoughtful donations. Their quality is astounding. No problem, man. Highest quality. Lobcats have taken to them straight away. Thank goodness. Just seeing the joy playing upon their furry little faces has lifted the spirits of the whole team. Glad we pleased the cats. Our distant cat brethren. By the by, have you given any thought as to what sort of research Roaring Spring and his crew of cat lovers might specialize in? No. What do they specialize? It may defy expectation given what you've learned of them thus far, but any guesses? Well, are they part of the Ragnarok crew? I mean, it could be anything. We talked about some of the other stuff that the crew did. The crew surrounding. There was a bunch of different crews working together to make the Ragnarok in chorus, in harmony. But we know Margrat worked on the propulsion system, so perhaps the armor, maybe, or like the exterior. Believe it or not, they're all experts in aero and ether dynamics. The study of how air and ether moves respectively. Okay, I was close. The outer exterior, probably. All right. Oh, hey, Uru. Hello, welcome. Hydrate check, stretch check. Thank you for the reminder. I'll probably, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna be done. So I'll make sure to stand up and do some stretches after that. But I will take a sip of water here. Thanks for the reminder to stay hydrated. Anybody else that hasn't had some water here? I'll make sure to stay hydrated. Also said before you KO some self-care. All right, thank you. Have a good one, or take care. Thanks for leaving the lurk. But yeah, I appreciate the reminder. Have a good one. Let me make sure to take a sip of water here real quick before we continue with this. Stay hydrated, everybody. All right. Man, I was thirstier than I thought I was. Took a sip of water there and I was just like, you know what? We'll have a little bit more. It was like, oh, you know what? Maybe it's been a hot second since I've had a sip of water. Kindly reminder, much appreciated. All right. A study in aero and ether dynamics. All right. It's their comprehensive understanding of these mechanics which enabled them to devise not only the optimal form of our teeny tiny toy boat, that's what the Lawbirds called it, but that of its individual components as well. Hell yeah, I do. So while we were all losing our heads over the ether burner, Roaring Springs and his colleagues were calmly ensuring that we had somewhere to stick the damnable thing. Alright, yep. Which brings me to my question. Why is your laboratory overrun with felines? Did the stress finally break you? Did it finally break you? Because it's broken a lot of us. We were all broken by that stress, dude. They were putting someone under stress with making the Ragnarok, which would be like humanity's last hope of maybe like survival. Not as such. Our kitties are the fluffy keystones of our latest intellectual challenge. Do tell. All the screenshots. And the aftermath of the final days, We received a letter from an Eurasian naturalist named Marset. I'll have to... I wonder if this is a character that exists. It seems like... Delivery and Moogle Quest. Oh! I think I know where this is. So this is, she's a lady in the Shroud. Yeah, she's a scientist in the Shroud who was, who's like, in the Central Shroud, who's like looking over one of the collapsed areas that goes deep into the ground. She's very eccentric and also kind of rude. And also kind of rude to us. But yeah, so you can find her in the Shroud. Okay, alright. Who are stridently... Yeah, stridently would probably be right. She was very rude. But yeah, I remember, I think she's part of the, I don't know if she's part of another quest line, but I think she's with the post-Moogle quest line. You encounter her briefly. Employed us to investigate a rather puzzling phenomenon. The spontaneous flight of traditionally flightless organisms. Ah. Yes, I was talking about this earlier when we were talking about the new reputation and like the flying. There was a moment with creatures that were flying, whatever have you. And I think there was like one of the explanations for why, you know, all our mounts can fly and why a lot of creatures can fly is they were just like, well, what if there was like one central ancestor in the past, like all creatures once could fly, and then some have the ability to reawaken the flight is like one theory that it went in game theory and stuff like that. Some of our flying mounts have stuff like enchanted saddles that they say in the description that a lot of them fly and stuff, but yeah. Shocking. Yes. Imagine an adamantoise or a damel suddenly rising into the air and darting away. Dude, I don't have to imagine. I have those mounts. I don't know about the adamantoise. I definitely have the damel. The adamantoise is from the Gold Saucer, I think. But while such incidents may seem queer and inexplicable, we believe we can identify a root cause, insofar as it relates to aviation at least. Okay, do tell. And once we know how these aerial feats were accomplished, we can assess which subjects may be manifesting latent abilities, and which ones may be outliers of one sort or another. Okay. For her part, Marset seems convinced that there are no outliers, that every subject was possessed of ancestral levitation predisposition. But regardless of the outcome, our research may revolutionize our understanding of aviation. Oh, is this where we initially got this this idea from? Maybe it was from that post-Moogle questline, I can't remember, but okay. Ancestral levitation predisposition. Indeed, even with my limited expertise, I can see the potential. Naturally, our first step was to observe flight-gifted samples in captivity. And among those we collected, we found it. It though? The fat cat, an enormous flying kitty cat. They found the fat cat, man. The mount description for this is actually very unsettling. It's like a void, like a terrifying void center or something like that. That just exists in the body of a cat or some shit, I don't know. Such grace, such beauty. How could the air and ether not embrace you? How could the laws of nature not contort themselves to cradle your winsome curves? They were enamored. Yet a mystery remains. A fabulous, fluffy mystery. One which we will devote our weekend days to unravel. Okay. That's wonderful, Roaring Springs. I hope you all find fulfillment in both your pioneering research and your kitty's care. thank you, Margrat. I know we shall. And thank you, my friend. We are fortunate to have been aided by such an accomplished cleaner. Oh, they still don't know of me. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah, a super accomplished cleaner. Don't. I'm more like, you know, how you say, a roaming like freelancer. Oh, she's the one that's now gonna turn it around on them to be like, ha ha ha, I didn't know initially this was who it was at first. Yes, well, cleaner may have been the term I used to describe her for simplicity's sake, but truth be told, she isn't of the guild ship. The eyes on this. Truth be told, she isn't of the guild ship. This is Kelvin Light, one of the scions who went aboard the Ragnarok. Look back and forth. What? He's turning it back on him now. Yeah, we're kind of famous. Don't worry about it. Hi. No, we've agreed to help. Don't worry about it, really. Smile and nod. So I've been waxing poetic about kitty cats to... No, commissioning kitty goods from... Man, don't worry about it, dude, man. We're lucky. We're lucky that these are the kind of problems we have to deal with, man. We are lucky that I can deal with simple problems now. I'm happy to help, man. I'm happy to help. It's all good, man. To make your life easier, man. Hell yeah, I'm glad to help, man. Oh, he just ran away. If you'll excuse me. Oh. Dude, I'm sorry. Why you have to pull it up like that, man? We're just like, what was that about? And Kelvin's just like, I'm just trying to help. I mean, why this reaction? I don't know. I'll, go and check on him later. Yeah, let him know, man. It's all good. All right. Margaret's delighted with your efforts. She now considers you a facilitator of feline felicity. And yet, there's still much work to be done if the researchers of Charlaine Hamlet are to have their myriad needs met. To that end, Margret has a new favor to ask of you. Okay, so this will be the favor we're dealing with next time. But whatever she's telling is a shocking story. Oi, Odge, I've come for my package. Where is it? Ooh. Here's some oral ass here. The items you requested were deemed non-essential. Non-essential, eh? And is my willingness to toil away in those bland biscuit boxes you call laboratories non-essential? Bland biscuit laboratories. Is my willingness to toil away non-essential, eh? Is my motivation non-essential? Is it? Eh? What if I quit, eh? You're free to purchase whatever you like with personal funds. Listen, I'm just doing my job. You're a personal fund. Good one. So maybe like you're a personal fund, maybe not the quite right. She's angry. Not a great comeback. Ibuki, while I understand your frustration, you cannot simply unleash your concentrated ire all at once to effect a change. What are you talking about, Margret? That's what you were doing before. She came out here and was straight raging at these guys. I was like, go off, queen. Tell him, go off. But yeah, that's a little bit hypocritical, no, Margret? Nay, we must use the Paymaster's methods against their agents. As they slowly grind away at our spirits, so too must we wear down Hodge. As they slowly grind away at our spirits. Ooh, I love her eyes. They're so pretty. It's a very like pale yellow, and that looks great. I'll bear that in mind, Margrat. How's your deadline looking? I'm gonna just because she's like good looking character. Oh, she's got it in here. Oh, deadline, you if you ever lead with that again. How am I doing? I'm not doing great at all. How's my deadline doing? Don't even talk about it to me. Don't mention it. Holy shit. Sorry. Clearly you do understand my frustration. I presume, like me, you've been trying to improve your team's working conditions, but to no avail. Precisely why I called you over. If the Soros, which is this facility that's providing stuff, the administration facility, is giving you the cold shoulder, we may be able to help. My neck and shoulder muscles are generally warm from prodigious use. Prodigious nodding and carrying stuff on our shoulders, don't worry about it. Or you don't think this is going to be another cat thing, do you? For a worm from prodigious use. I don't think Kelwyn would talk like we'll say, is this gonna be another cat thing? Who knows? There's no end to delightful surprises here in Labyrinthos. You're in good hands, comrade. As an extension of our special offer, let us provide you with the conveniences the Thoros won't. My exclusive gleaner is happy to procure anything your heart desires. You need but ask. Yeah, I'm willing to help. I'm not really exclusive gleaner, I'm freelance, but don't worry about it. I'm not sure what's going on, but far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. We would like monsters, fiends, feral beasts, voids, and primals. Whatever you can provide. Miniatures, that is. Okay. Dude, yeah, sure, we've crafted it. I think you can get some extreme stuff and craft miniatures of like stuff like that. Yeah, I do. I've faced many of these things. I can craft these in good detail. I know exactly what these things look like. I fought a lot of them. Any size, style, or shape. Wood carvings, life-size cushions, soap sculptures. Honestly, anything. Okay. If you need specific examples, one of the Ironworks engineers is a war machina fanatic who crafts stunningly realistic replicas. Oh, I know the guy. He's the one that does that with the unlock for the extreme versions of the Ruby of the Warlit series with the different weapons. He was involved in that. He was the guy that you went to unlock the extremes, and he'd be like, "Let me craft a replica." Or you might reference the more simplistic mammoths created by the infamous Gridanian goldsmith. Oh, yes, the infamous Gridanian goldsmith. Also the one who, like, I think there's the backstory is that they were initially from Garlemald, and they were the ones that created, like, the puppet, like the Voidsent puppet, like the one that we fought in that one dungeon. Not the Reaper one that they used to not, there wasn't a Voidsent puppet. And they wanted to imbue it with an actual void scent because they were in love with it or something like that. It was really weird or whatever. And so they continued to hone their craft of crafting realistic puppets. And I think they ended up dying, probably to a void scent. It was something like that. Basically, they were real weird. Even if you can only manage supplies, we'd be more than delighted to make our own miniatures, time permitting. Right, well, now that I've thoroughly embarrassed myself, thank you in advance, kind stranger. But, like, why do you need these things, though? Hibuki was assigned to the Ragnarok project as well, and he guesses that's what a specialty is. Let me know when you think you figured it out, and when your first monstrous donation is ready for delivery. Interesting. I guess maybe defenses? against like anything that might attack in space. My guess is defenses. Margrat is like way too delighted. Oh, this is gonna be our, you've reached all of your delivery caps for today, for this week. I mean, why have I not returned to my lab and my other neglected responsibilities? Never you fear. I'll tend to the perpetual bin fires just as soon as you leave. You're in no hurry to go, right? Please, don't leave me alone. Don't make me go back. All right. Oh, good, you're back. I think Ibuki is growing restless, so let's surround her with darling monstrosities before she launches a second assault upon Hodge. Okay. So yeah, next time we'll be delivering mesmerizing miniature. Carefully handcrafted replication of a monstrous creature. The longer you stare at it, the longer it stares at you. Or materials. Everything monster lover was required to replicate the horrors of their dreams, or nightmares as it were. Final day is done enough. Or just Imperial Spiral, I guess. Or just like give them a shell. Man, fishers. Alright. So yeah, that was the next little part of the Margrat Custom Deliveries. We'll see where this is going next time with Ibuki. And where the storyline ends up here. See what part she worked on. Looks like we're going to be meeting the different contingents and groups of scientists that were all working in concert to build the Ragnarok. So getting a little bit of the Ragnarok crew, who honestly, once again, we were more than happy to help because we could not have fucking saved the world if we didn't have that fucking spaceship. So good job, Team Labyrintho Scientists, man. You know, like, we did a lot of shit out there. We did a lot of heroics, but we literally, like, could not do it without these guys, man. It was everybody working together. Everybody working together. Like, these guys are like the B-Team Scions. Like, it's just like, yeah, they're working in the background, but we literally couldn't do this without them. They're handling all the freaking grunt work, man. They're doing it out there. They're making sure that we have shit with which to fight some of these shits. Anyway. Or like Sid. More appropriately like Sid. He's the one that usually gets us the techno shit we need to be able to fucking save the day. But yeah, I like this delivery so far. Margrat's a delight. But once again, like I said, she's taking a little bit too much delight in working with us here. And like surprising people, being like, yeah, this is the freaking hero of the savior of the bleeding realm. But yeah, she's a fun character. So yeah, that was the last thing we wanted to get to today. I guess while I'm thinking of it, let's go and do because we have a total allotment of 12 deliveries each week. So we're gonna let's go use our other 6. Slowly been chipping away at the achievements. Because if you deliver past their storylines, there's a bunch of achievements that you can get that'll eventually earn you a title. So we're currently working on Manago's ones. We're very close to being done with Manago, and then we'll move on. I'm gonna move on one custom delivery person at a time. But yeah, so let's go out to Ralker's Reach real quick. Oh my god, once again, I have way too much stuff in my inventory, man. I have way too much stuff. We're gonna have to delete some of these things. What does this make again? Hold on. Captain's chair, cannonballs, beacon, knight captain's desk, and a Bertha cannon. No, we can just delete this. Alright. Get some of these things out of the way. Don't need this either. Yeah, okay, we should be good. We should be good. Alright. Yeah, let's get out to Gridania. I'm gonna get the, Gatherer, stuff for this one. I use the crafting one here because it's the quickest, honestly, the most straightforward. But we're gonna do the gathering, whatever we need for gathering on this one. Actually, let's look at the timers to see exactly what we need. Because I realized last time when we were applying to get our mentor status, because I was looking at, we were doing some old extremes last week after we killed M4S, the last boss in the Arcadian on the Savage mode. But I was looking at unlocking my mentor roulette, and to do that, I need to unlock Mentor first. I was like, I have all of the things that I need for it. But it turns out I don't have everything I need yet to get the Crafter Mentor Crown, and therefore the full Mentor Crown. Right now, we just have Battle Mentor. And what I need to do that one is collect, get the achievement for collecting 300 collectibles. So this one, I collected that. So we're like a little bit shy of 100 off. So so otherwise we have we've done all the requirements for it. So we're gonna do, when we're doing our bonus round custom levers here, I'm slowly gonna chip away at that by going out to do the gathering ones with these. But yeah, let's check the timers. Custom deliveries. Yeah, Monago. What does this symbol mean? I actually don't know what this symbol means. I think it means maybe the what part the bonuses have. Anyway, oh yeah, this part's the bonus. It's the crafting one. This is fishing, and this is gathering. I see. I understand. So if you want to get the full bonus rewards, you get more rewards from doing this. And that's something they can worry about later down the line. We're just gonna go straight for the star-cracked sand. Where do we gather this? East End. Okay, so we'll be literally right here. Okay, we can get out there real quick. Don't worry. We're just gonna go out there. Let's see. Let me get on to Miner. And then, yeah, luckily it'll be right on the way to getting over to Rogger's Reach anyway. Grab the sand cluster stuff on the way, whatever it was. The sand. But yeah, well, we'll do this and then I'll be done. We went a little bit long today on the stream. Like I said, like for those who don't know, I have adjusted the stream time for this stream. This stream, we're going to be starting. We start a few hours earlier now. So we used to start like in the kind of like NA Degen hour times, but we're starting a little bit earlier, and which means we're also going to end a little bit earlier. But I figure since we've been doing some group things with people at the start of this stream, it might be a bit better to not be like completely NA Degen hours for it. Completely NA Degen hours. So because I do something a little bit earlier in the evening, I started around 10 my time. So it's still a little bit late in the evening but for anybody willing to join for Friday night shenanigans, I think it's a decent enough start time to be able to do at least a couple of things. So like I said, I'm doing something else earlier in the evening, and yeah, that's about as early as I can start it. So yeah, it's a few hours back, and then yeah, we'll probably keep that time going forward as well. Because like I said, like probably because we're doing the also here we go. This is where we're getting the sand from. Also because we're gonna be doing the I think the 0.5 patch is gonna be launching on Tuesday. I think is what's happening with that. Here we go. This is where we're after the star crack sand. We're probably going to be spending the full stream next week doing because I think what's coming out that we can do for the 0.5 quest is the Hildebrand quests, the new Hildebrand quests, and also the Wachu Meki custom delivery wrap up, the culmination quest. So we'll have to see how long the Hildebrand quest goes for, because we might just manage to do that. But we'll see. That's probably what we'll be doing next week. This time. But yeah, we are starting. We do start a few hours earlier for the stream now. Let's see. Let's use... Wait, hold on. Right, let's use some of bus first. Let's do... Right, I forget we have priming touch now. Doubles the chance of meticulous progress. Right, we'll do these two. Let's hit it with a scour. Then we'll do scrutiny again. Not gonna get us all the way. We should eat some gatherer foods with this. You know what? We should eat some gatherer foods. Let's do this. And then meticulous prospector. Chance of us not spending it in integrity here. Nope, we did anyway. All right, collect. I say I should eat some gatherer food because literally we have like so much gatherer food. Literally we have so many gatherer food. We should probably use it. What are these? That's control. That's also control. Okay. Might as well use some of this shit. Okay, let's also drink a cordial. All right. Scour. Another scrutiny. And then chance at not getting the integrity here. Nope, we did it. All right, that's the second one. All right, we're going full quality on this one, on these ones. We have to wait till we generate some in GP though. Unfortunately, we can't just freaking drink the cordials back to back to back. It has the freaking cooldown. It has the cooldown. Yeah, we need 4 more of these. Yeah, I'll be excited to see where the Hildebrand stories are going to be going. Are we going next week? We've only seen a couple of preview images that's up on the there was only a little bit in the 7.1 trailer, and there's some preview images up on the 7.1 official website right now. But all we know is that I think they're going to be in Solution 9. I think they're going to be in Solution 9. I'm really interested to see like who the wait, hold on, who the side character is going to be, because usually for most of the Hildebrand stories we've had so far, there's usually been like one like more of a straight man like side character. You know, there's Briardian in the original series, and as alongside the lass who was with the reporters who turned out, you know, the way she turned out. And then there was Cyrus, I think his name was, something like that. Cyril, maybe, from the Heavensward quest line, who was he was one of the like, God, I forget what they're called. But the people that the Inquisitors, I think, basically in Ishgard, who are like meant to seek out heretics, but he, you know, going through the adventure with us, he learned that it was, you know, the benefit and the you know, the integrity of like seeking out the truth and not just looking for any, you know, perceived wrongdoing, and getting to the bottom of that matter. And he actually becomes a private detective in Idleshire, because he gets kicked out of the Inquisitor, whatever group, whatever the frig they're called. I think they're whatever they are in Ishgard. And then in Stormblood, there's that one samurai fellow. Right, we didn't get one in Shadowbringers. And then in Endwalker, there was the he wasn't really quite as, he was a bit, you know, silly himself, but it was the I think his name was Delion, who was he was a paranormal researcher. So we'll see who's going to be in Solution 9, but it's going to be, we'll see what Solution 9 resident gets wrapped in our shenanigans, in the Hildebrand shenanigans. It's probably going to be a denizen of Solution 9. But I can't even imagine the fucking shit that could happen with Hildebrand in Solution 9, so... Alright, let's go. Let's gather in here. We've regained enough GP. Alright, scrutiny. Oh, this will get us the rest of the way. Alright, excellent, which means we can collect 2 of these. Alright, which means all we need is 2 more. The Machu Meki like culmination quest is probably, you know, it's usually they're pretty short and sweet. The crafting and gathering culmination series line, the series for the crafting and gathering, the culmination series for the battle role quests are usually a little bit more involved, but the crafting ones are usually a little bit more short and sweet. So, and we might get more information on like Ropely, who is like I think the one that runs Machu Meki itself. So that might be ending up being a thing. We got more information on a little bit more information. It wasn't a lot in the Shadowbringers one where we learned more about the leader of the crafting and gathering people and who's on the council of the Crystarium. And the Endwalker one was basically just like, all right, researchers, what are we going to apply our minds to next? Space travel? Got it. And it's just like, okay. All right. Wild. All right, even if we don't get this, we'll still be getting 2 of this anyway because we got a bonus integrity this node, so... Yoinked. And yoinked. Alright, 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 alright. Let us get out then and hand these all into Monago out in Ralga's Reach. But yeah, this should slowly work away at chipping away at getting this achievement. Doing it, I'm not just gonna go out on a big collecting. Like I don't mind like slowly chipping away at something over the course of time because I'm playing this game for the long haul anyway. So, but yeah, this is the achievement. See, we're already there. 100 to go. We'll be at 100 to go. But yeah, each week we'll come out here and for the custom deliveries and we'll gather stuff and eventually we'll get this last 100. Of gathering collectibles, and that'll allow us to get the full mentor crown. Because that's the last thing I need for it. I have all of the other requirements. I just didn't realize that was a thing that I needed to do. And I mostly have been using the custom deliveries to level the crafters. Since I leveled the gatherers pretty swiftly, there's obviously way less gatherers to level as opposed to all the crafters, so... And, it's basically leveling miner and botanist, and in fishing I level via ocean fishing, so... Alright, Monago, we're here for the round deliveries this week. Starcroxan does it. Superstition notwithstanding, it has an aesthetic appeal that even our neighbors to the west can appreciate. Much obliged. Alright. A high quality line, stuff like that, the usual high quality line. Right, so this, yeah, okay. And hand the rest of these, hand the rest of these stuff in. This will also help get us some orange crafter scripts. Some of the max level crafter gathering scripts, the gathering scripts. I keep telling myself, oh, I'll go do ocean fishing and get some max level gathering scripts that way, but I haven't. I'll be honest, ocean fishing is great, but it doesn't really quite appeal to me. It's a lot of like luck of the draw. And I don't mind it so much to level, but like going out to do it on its own, maybe eventually. There are some achievements like minions and stuff like that you can get from out there, but we'll see at some point. But I'm not really particularly super keen on it. I don't have that fish in me and blood in me, you know? All right, there we go. That's just you've hit the weekly capstone thing with Minago. So yeah, we're almost done with the achievements for her as well. Like I said, we're down here. I've already done all the ones for Chloe, so we got her title. And then this one, oh, we'll get it next week. We'll get it next week. So then one more round of deliveries from Nago, and then we'll start working on the achievements, the bonus achievements here for Kurt and I. Going through it one delivery at a time. So that'll be out in the Ruby Sea. But yeah, that is gonna be it for me here today. Yeah, I had a lot of fun today. We did a lot of maps. We did a lot of maps with our friends, Managed to see, we managed to get to the end of the friggin' map thing once. We managed to make it all the way to the end. Only once. Only once did we manage to get to far, but it was on one of our maps. So we did it. I finally managed to get to the end on one of my own maps there. I've made it to the end like a few times since we've been doing maps, but it's like very rare to get up there. It's very rare to get up there to make it all the way. But we also saw one of the weapons, the new weapons drop that Nobu got that he used for the Lancer one, the cat toy spear. And yeah, I got a bunch of other things, so it was well worth it and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I was planning to do some EX3, some of the new extreme clears, but you know, we had the DDoS attack and then the internet problems and stuff like that, so that'll have to be for another time. Continuing to try to get some of those damn wings, to see any of those damn wings. But the maps were a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with maps. They're always a good time. The Gamba, the chance for the cool loots. But yeah, so like I said, next time, man, Yeah, I think what we'll do for this time next week is, because the 0.5 patch is dropping, what we're going to do is we're going to do the Hildebrand story. And then we'll see how long that is. And then we'll also do the Wachumeki Meki wrap up, because those are, I think, the only two things that is coming out in the 0.5 patch. Hold on. Let's look at this website real quick. Hold on. Hold a moment here. There we go. Hold 1 second. There we go. All right, so I might as well zoom down on this. Yeah, you know, okay, weird. Okay, so we're looking, so these are all 7.1, 7.1, that was the ultimate 7.11, 7.15, so this is gonna be, yeah, it'll be the week after release, so this will be on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve that this releases, the Chaotic Alliance raid. Here we go, so we're gonna be getting the Hildebrand. Considerably for the Hildebrand Adventures. The custom deliveries for Nitoque, which is going to be the one that we're going to be working on after we're done with Margrat. We were completely caught up before this one came out for Dawntrail, but it'll be interesting to see where this story goes. But we'll be getting there eventually. Right, the Battle Royal Quest culmination is coming out in 7.16, so I think this is going to be in January. Yeah, here we go. This will be the Wachumeki Meki culmination quest, which we'll be doing as well. Yeah, this was all stuff with 7.1. And yeah, so those are going to be the two main things that are coming out. Hildebrand, watching Mikey, and then there's going to be the custom delivery, but we won't be getting the custom delivery quite yet. So that'll be probably what we're going to be doing next week. That's what we're going to be doing this time next week, and we'll save the next step of the Pelupelu Reputation, because I'm in no rush to finish the Pelupelu Reputation. It'll always be there. It'll be there for me when I get there. We'll save the update for the Pelupelu Reputation probably for the week after. Once again, it depends how long the Hildebrand storyline is going to be. How long this chapter of the Hildebrand story. This will probably just be the first chapter. This is the first chapter of what the Hildebrand Dawntrail story is going to be. So, depending how long it might be, we might be able to fit in the Pelupelu Reputation. If we can't, I'll probably still do the Margrat stuff. So I think between the Margrat Reputation update, the Walking Shumenchi culmination, and the Hildebrand questline, that might be all we get to that day. So we'll probably continue the Pelupelu Reputation again. We'll be back on that the week after. But yeah, it'll be the full stream dedicated to the new patch stuff. We'll probably save doing group stuff probably when we get back into it the next week. Though actually, wait, will we be streaming the next week after that? Oh, actually, I won't be streaming next week after that. So the week after, the week after though, the week after that, because I'm going to be taking the basically the week of besides our weekend raid day. I'm not going to be streaming the week of Christmas for the most part. I still have to talk. I don't think we were incredibly clear on whether or not we were going to be raiding on Christmas Eve. I think Squidden said she wouldn't be. So we might just be, when we were talking about it, nobody said anything. So I thought, oh, are we going to be doing that then? I can't make it for the week after that on the New Year's, the New Year's Eve one, but yeah, so that'll be for that week. We'll see going forward. I'll let everybody know when I'll be streaming. And once again, if you're ever curious, any changes of the stream, I keep the schedule tab on my channel page always updated with the latest. So if you're ever curious when the next stream is, when I'll be skipping streams or whatever, the information will all be available there. If there don't be any last minute changes, it's going to be available there. But yeah, so that'll be plans going forward, plans for next week with the 7.15 drop. So yeah, in terms of the next stream's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be our usual raid day. The usual raiding. We're going to try to be getting our second M4S clear. So we're going to be doing so trying to get that down again. We got it down last week, but barely. That was our first time getting to the end of the fight and seeing those mechanics, the last mechanic properly. So I think we were a bit shy on. I think I'm going to space out the mitigation that I used on that last part a little bit better, because we made it through Sunrise Sabbath. Ideally, we kill during that, but there is one more mechanic called Sword Quiver afterwards, and we were a bit light on healing for that. So I think I saved my Lily for there, and then I think we'll be good. So if we do end up making it to that phase, like it's Sword Quiver, and then it's the Enrage cast bar, and it's over. So we killed it like very early on in the Sword Quiver, but everybody died except for the tanks. And so I think it was like the second Sword Quiver cast. I think is when we killed it. So we had plenty of time for meeting the Enrage timer. But yeah, we didn't quite all make it to the end there, so that will be cleaning up that and making sure we get to that last part of the fight again. It's a really fun fight, and we're going to be getting, we'll get that second kill. We'll be able to hand out some more weapons and some more of the mount that you get with it. But yeah, that is going to be it for me. That's going to be it for me for today. Hope everybody has a good rest of their day, night, whatever time zone. Be safe out there and take care of yourselves. Thanks again to everybody that popped by to say hi and to hang out. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. And yeah, let me pull up a song here to end out on. Let's see, a little bit of a jam. Let's go with let's see. Oh, let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Oh, all right, there we go. So yeah, take care, everybody, and until next time.
Feel your absence in the mornings. Tell me, were you ever really here at all? Lost my balance.